Well, good evening and welcome to Wales, or good afternoon, or good morning, depending on which area of the world you're viewing in. We've come down for a weekend and a new location to explore. Andy is camping about 6.5 miles that way, and it's raining, and I feel really sorry for him. I know he'll be loving it. He is more than welcome to come and stay in Maddie. I've got the upstairs bed, but no, he's being stubborn as usual. He's staying in his tent. It's been a fairly grotty run down. It's been raining and yucky and miserable. And I have to admit that this is not something I would have done if I hadn't had Maddie. I'd have probably got home from work and thought, oh, I really can't be bothered to go out on this because it's raining and it's miserable and it's wet and it's yucky. So I'll just stay at home. And I might have gone up tomorrow morning for sunrise, but I'd have stayed local. So I found a location on the web that I thought, oh, that looks perfect for sunrise. Views out towards Snowdon, sunrise, it's going to be lovely. Now I've got here, I know exactly where I am. I'm about 15 minutes away from the campsite that I stayed at when I did my tour around Wales earlier this year. Back that way is Capel Curig, and that's where we're going to be going tomorrow. As I say, it's a new location, so we're going to have a day just exploring and hopefully stay there for sunset. The plan for me is poke my head out the window at 6 o'clock, see if it looks like we're going to have a sunrise, and possibly with the rain we're getting tonight, we could be in for a good sunrise. There's about a 50% chance of rain anywhere up until about 9 o'clock tomorrow, so fingers crossed the rain clears just in time for sunrise and we get some good colour. If it looks grotty, I shall be turning over and going back to sleep. It's around about 11 o'clock. As I say, it's been a 3-hour drive, so I'm feeling a little bit weary. But it's lovely sitting here listening to the rain coming down and being all snug and warm. So I'm going to stop waffling. I am going to clean my teeth and I shall see you guys in the morning. Scary Mary's back again. It's 6 o'clock. I've been looking out the window since 5, desperately hoping that there would be some glimmer of a sunrise. But no. There's a little bit of mist lying at the top of the valley, and there's a little bit of mist in the bowl at the horseshoe of Snowdon. And there's not very much else. But it isn't raining, which is really good. So I decided I'm not going to bother. I'll pop the heater on. It was a bit cool when I woke up this morning. And I'm going to have some breakfast. And I'm going to go for a mosey. There's a Lynne down the bottom that I went to last time, and I can't remember the name of it. So there doesn't seem to be any breeze. I might call down there and have a look later on. If the sun ever does come through the clouds, it might light up the tops of the hills. So I'm going to get some breakfast and I'll catch up with you guys in a while. Morning!
Good morning.
Welcome to a very wet Wales. Well, we've come up to a mine. No, not, I hasten to add, the mine we should have been at, but we found a mine, although I really don't think we should be here. And we've had a stroll up a very steep hill. And we're currently taking shelter in a very dilapidated, what I'm guessing used to be a miner's restroom or something. You see the fireplace down here. And just up on that wall, you can see some hanging hooks. And that's the view. So we're just waiting for the rain to ease. And then we're going to go for a mosey. Because there are some compositions out here. So Andy keeps telling me. I'm not feeling it. But it's different to what I normally do, and that's what I struggle with. So I'm determined to give the ball a good kick and see what we can find. You can see, you might not make it out, just about there somewhere. There's a ruined hut. Got some more ruins along here. And absolutely everywhere is masses of slate with beautiful lichens on them. Now here, I'm guessing this might have been a path that they ran trucks down or something. I don't know.
And I would dearly love to tell you where I am, but I haven't got a clue. We're in Wales and Snowdon's over there. In fact, you could just maybe make out the light hitting on the hills over here. That's sort of Snowdon area. As I say, it is raining. Want to get the camera out, don't want to get it wet. So I'm going to give it a little while and see if it decides to ease a little bit. According to Andy's weather app, it should be off in the next 20 minutes. Well, sadly, other than the little bit of drone footage that I got, I didn't really get a lot up at the quarry. I took a couple of handheld shots and that really was about it. We've walked back down now and we're going to head off to find the quarry we were meant to be at in the first place. But as we came down, the bridge that you go over from the road, excuse me disappearing into shade, some beautiful, beautiful rapids. See if you can see those there. And in the distance, somewhere, oh I don't know, around there somewhere, it's a beautiful tree and it's started its autumn colours. So, it's a little bit tight on this bridge. Go on, plenty of room. So we just sort of stopped on a single track bridge to try and get a shot. I think it's worked out really nicely. I wasn't able to see through the viewfinder, which is how I like to compose my shots. So it was a complete guess as to whether I was in focus or not. I popped the 10 stop on because I wanted the milky water. I put a 0.6 ND grad on because the sky was considerably lighter. Obviously down here is in shadow. And I think I was getting about 50 seconds. Now maybe I have a slightly overactive imagination, but this place looks how I would imagine the world to be if we ever have World War III and you come back 300-400 years later when the radiation has gone. It's an old abandoned quarry and slate mine. Very spooky feeling, very strange. There's a few detail shots, items left over from the mining days. You can see the winding wheels. You need to be a little bit careful because these buildings kind of look like they might actually give way at any point. The amount of slate up here is phenomenal. And you're still getting, excuse me, patches of heather that haven't quite lost their colour, which are giving a nice splash, a nice touch of life. An otherwise very barren grey and green land And the trees and the plants and the grass and the weeds, they've all taken hold in every nook and cranny. You can see there growing out of the walls. And I'm not sure how long this place has been abandoned for. It's a very strange feeling. You can kind of close your eyes and almost hear the workers. Oh, and I've just interrupted Andy doing a photo. Almost hear the workers trudging around. Now, I've no idea if you can actually see this. A little bit bright. I know what these old railings are for. Also having to be very careful where you put your feet because there are holes that come up on you without you actually noticing. Maybe these were BB written on them. Not sure if you can make that out. Yeah, post-apocalyptic Britain. Oh wait, that looks like it might have been an old fireplace. Something on the roof or coming out of the wall. One such hole. And rows of cupboards. Were they used for fixings or were they people's storage? When I first started doing, oh, let me take that off. Oh. Hat hair, that's really not good, is it? It's not a good look on a good day. When I first started doing photography, I used to HDR everything to death. It was what you had to do. And I haven't done any for years. But this little saw, I think that's absolutely fascinating. And you've got the old floorboards with the green moss growing on them, and the writing, T. Robinson and Son Limited, Rochdale. That quite fascinates me. So I popped the camera onto a 3-shot bracket. I'm at f10 and it's giving me, there we go, first image at half a second, second image at a quarter of a second, and the third image at 1 second. And that's allowing enough exposure so that when I blend it on the computer, I should be able to bring out all the detail and all the textures and all the colours. I would say when I first started, I could have spent hours in a place like this, and I'm guessing urbex type people would have a whale of a time here. But the decay in this place is amazing. The fact that the walls are still standing. Christ, we build houses these days that don't last this long. Yeah, fascinating place.